Roster rumors, Rostermania. Let's talk about it. This is a tweet from Shock, who plays on Ghost. The infatuation with Rostermania always bothers me. A lot of fans root for players to lose their jobs that they spent countless hours sacrificing for and love chaos for chaos' sake. It's a time of stress and uncertainty for players, and I don't think that gets expressed enough. I think certain events this offseason period illustrate that pretty clearly. People's livelihoods getting treated as a joke or potentially funny sequence of events doesn't sit right with me at all. All right. So I definitely appreciate when players speak their mind. I definitely appreciate when they bring up their concerns about the esport or about the culture around it or whatever. So I'm glad that he has said what he is feeling. I obviously am someone that covers a lot of the Rostermania, and definitely, I do find it entertaining. But I want to make some clarifications. There is never a point in which I am rooting for a player to lose their job, lose their livelihood. There is never a point where I am trying to make a joke about these players' career. And I understand that he may not be talking directly about me, but I think a lot of people would agree with what I'm saying. Now, I am sure that there are some that are a little bit malicious, and there are some folks that probably take things too far. But I don't think that's limited to just roster moves. You know, we see this kind of stuff even with these players when they lose a game. Sometimes these, I'm going to call them deranged fans. You know, they go to their inbox, they go to their DMs, and they start threatening them, or even to their families. And so, yes, there definitely are people that go too far, but I don't think we can only use those extremist examples to represent everything. The infatuation with Rostermania is more about the structure of the esport and the structure of talent, or where teams and where players are going to land. And it's a lot less about the person, the individual, and their money. I would even argue that it's almost not about that at all. You know, I don't think there's anybody out there that wants a player to lose their livelihood. Or I shouldn't say anybody. I think there are very few that are out there that want a player to lose their livelihood. I do agree with the sentiment of it's a time that's stressful and uncertain. And we talk about that a lot. I think one of the things that we try to do is to shed light on these moments, and something that if you hang around here a lot, on my stream specifically, we try to humanize these players as much as possible, because I do agree that when they are professionals and when they are celebrities, okay, it's hard to remember that they're just people, and young people at that. So I can agree with pieces of this, and I can agree with kind of the sentiment. But I also think that we have to understand this is an entertainment industry. And the fact of the matter is that people being entertained and people being invested and enthusiastic and passionate about this esport as a whole is what makes it tick. If people are not entertained and interested and excited to watch, if they are not engaged and invested, then the esport doesn't thrive. It doesn't even exist. You have to have passionate fans. You have to have people that are engaged and interested in the spectacle, the entertainment. This is not a service industry. You know, this is not something that's a necessity for society. And so a lot of the people that work in this industry just kind of have to understand that it's going to operate a little bit different than some of the other ones that are a necessity for society. And what I mean by that is like entertainment value matters in Rocket League esports. It just does. And no, we are not entertained by someone losing their job, but yes, we are entertained by rosters shifting. Yes, we are entertained by the prospect or the idea of a new roster that might really pop off this next season. So I think it's something that as viewers and fans and consumers, we do need to be conscious of how we behave online, how we treat these players, and the things that we say, the things that we promote. But at the same time, I do think that these players have to understand that they are going to be in the spotlight. And their position, unfortunately, is not stable. It's going to depend on what their peers and what their teammates and coaches and their organization thinks about them and their performance. It does have an impact on whether or not they continue to hold that specific position. So I think it's good that he's expressing what he feels. I want to promote this. I want more players to talk about how they feel, even if we disagree with it. Because I think understanding is really kind of the key to meeting in that middle ground where the players understand, hey, people are going to talk about the rosters, people are going to talk about the performance of the team, but at the same time, the fans have to understand, hey, these are people too, and it can't be too pointed of an attack. It can't be a personal attack. We have to talk about the esport. So I appreciate the Shock for sharing these thoughts, and I think there is some validity to it. But I think at the same time, it's got to be a compromise from the players and the consumers, and we got to meet in the middle to make sure that we're respectful of players, while also the players respecting the fact that this is entertainment industry, and we're gonna talk about players and rosters and moves and performances. It's just gonna happen.